Okay, we are going to be learning how to divide fractions. We've talked about adding, we've talked about multiplying, and we talked about subtracting, but now we are going to divide fractions. Okay, and mixed numbers, but we're going to get to mixed numbers later. So when we divide fractions, we are looking at how many fractions will go into another fraction. Let's look at an easy one to begin with. Let's look at 9 divided by 3/4. Okay, and what this math sentence says is how many 3/4 will fit into 9. Okay, so how many 3/4 will fit into 9? All right, we're going to learn a couple new math terms. And we're going to learn right now what a reciprocal is. A reciprocal of a fraction means you flip the fraction upside down. Okay, so we're going to look at the second term right here, okay, which is called the divisor. That means what we're dividing by, okay? Divisor means what we're dividing by. Go ahead and write that down. The divisor means what we are dividing by. So in this case, we're dividing by 3/4. So the reciprocal would be 4/3. Okay, the reciprocal of 1/5 would be 5 ones, which equals 5. The reciprocal of 2/3 would be 3/2. Okay, all right. Now when I say equal, I mean this equals the reciprocal. It doesn't actually equal because we know that 5 does not equal 1/5. Okay, I'm just saying that that is the reciprocal. So what we're going to do, we're going to write some steps here. Steps. 1. Make the divisor its reciprocal. Okay, so if we're going to go ahead and do that, we can say 9 divided by, what's the reciprocal? 4/3, right? Because it's 3/4 here, it's going to be 4/3 down here. Okay, so step 1 is done. Step 2, we are going to make it a multiplication problem. So make it say multiply instead of divide. So we're going to take this division symbol, we're going to say 9 multiplied by 4/3. Okay, that seems easy enough, right? So step 3, we're going to do something called cross canceling. Okay, so cross cancel. All right, so let's look at this. We really know that this 9 has a 1 underneath of it, so let's write that. Okay, multiplied by 4/3. All right, so let's look at this cross. Can 1 go into 4? Yes, 4 times. So let's not mess with it. But can 3 go into 9? Or 9 and 3? 3 goes into 9, right? So we can say there are 3 3's in 9, and we can say that there is 1 3 in 9. So this is going to equal 3/1 multiplied by 4/1. Okay, and step 4 would be to multiply the renamed or the new fractions. Okay, so we have 3 over 1 and 4 over 1. That's going to equal 3 times 4, right? Which is going to equal 12. That seems pretty darn easy, right? Okay, let's look at another one. Okay, so let's look at another one. And I've written the steps out from the other sheet of paper so we can remember what they are. Okay, so let's look at another problem. So we're going to look at 8/9 divided by 2/3. And if we remember the second number that we're dividing by, we want to know how many 2/3 fit in 8/9. The second number we're dividing by is called the divisor. It's what number we are dividing by. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with step number 1. And we're going to say, well, 8/9 divided by make the divisor the reciprocal. It's reciprocal. So what is the reciprocal of 2/3? It's 3 over 2. Okay, 3/2. All right, 3 seconds. I don't care how you say it. Just 3 over 2. All right, we just flip it upside down. Step 1 is done. All right, let's go on to step number 2. It says make it to say multiply instead of divide. All right, that's easy enough. 8 over 9, 8/9 multiplied by 3 over 2. That's going to equal something. We're not there yet, but we're going to figure it out. So now we're on to step number 3. This seems easy enough, right? We have 8/9 multiplied by 3/2. Okay, we're at cross canceling. Now this is when it gets pretty intense. So let's look at the 8 and the 2 first. Okay, can 8 fit into 2? Nope. But can 2 fit into 8? Sure. How many times? Let's cancel that 8 out. Let's say 4. 2 fits into 8 4 times. All right, and there's 1, 2 here, so let's cancel that 2 out. Let's say 1. All right, can 9 fit into 3? Nope. But 3 can sure fit into 9. We have 1, 3, and 3 goes into 9 3 times. So now we're on to step 4. We have these new fractions. We have 4 over 3, so 4/3 multiplied by 1 over 1. 1 ones, okay? So then we can multiply across 4 over 3. All right, because 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. All right, now we're almost done. What I would really love to start doing is start simplifying. How many 3's fit into 4? 1. So we can say 1. And then how many is left over? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We said 3 of them go away, so we're left with 1. 1/3. Because that's 1 whole and 1/3 left over. Okay, let's look at one more problem, and I'm not going to show you the steps this time. Let's look at 4/5 multiplied, divided by 1/2. Okay, so step number 1 is make the divisor its reciprocal. Okay, so we've got 1/2, so 4/5. This is the divisor. What's the reciprocal? 2 over 1. Awesome. Okay, on to step number 2. Make it say multiply instead of divide. 4/5 multiplied by 2 over 1 equals. All right, we're on to step number 3. It says cross cancel. All right, well, can 5 go into 2? No, 2 can't go into 5 evenly either. 4 doesn't go into 1, and 1 goes into 4 times, so really there's nothing to cross cancel, so we just multiply across. So we say, on to step number 3, which says cross cancel, obviously, and we did that. So now we're on to step 4, and we say we need to multiply the new fractions. All right, so what we need to do is we need to say, well, the fractions haven't changed, so 4 over 5 multiplied by 2 over 1 equals 8/5. Okay, but how many times does 5 go into 8? It goes into 8 one time. And how many is left over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 8 minus 5 is 3. So there's 3 of the 8s left over from the 5s. And I'm sorry, that's supposed to be a 5 instead of an 8 because there's 1 and 5/3 left over of the 8s because we took 5 of them out of here and we put them into there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 makes that 1, and we have 3 left over. We'll work on some more of these in class. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.